Hey all, Christoph here. I wanted to share a quick mock-up to kind of capture something that I would love to see happen with LNDG and node management in general. And I'm sure you remember my previous critique of the of some of these interfaces, and that's not LNDG. That's also Lightning Terminal and some of this other stuff where I feel like it's, to me personally, it's a lot of information overload. So I try to really strip this down, and so because I have a hard time using these tools. So here's something that I would love to see. So let's say I have three things at the top. One is rules, one is channels, one is stats. Channels, I just see a nice big chunky list of all my channels, and maybe I can sort them, and that's pretty much it. And the channels are just really big and chunky because they're like the protagonists, they're the heroes of this whole application. So they should feel kind of special. And if we make them a little bit bigger, then maybe we can highlight some details in here as well. So I think that'd be awesome if it's like the channels just feel really special and important in this whole application. So here, this is just allows me to maybe sort some of the channels in different views, and maybe some details are highlighted here, and that's it. I did mark up the stats. For me, the next thing was more important. So let's say I click on rules, or I click on a different channel, and this is where it takes me to the adjustment screen, which I'm going to switch over to. And now it looks something like this. So at the top, it says, set rules for your channel with super channel friends. So that's the other node's name. And it could be all set your default rules, for example. And then define when this channel should be auto-adjusted. You typically want this when you have a very high or very low amount relative to the channel size. So it kind of tells me what this page is about, what I'm doing. Then I see this big chunky graphic here. I have 42,000 sats, channel size is 100,000 sats. So I intentionally stayed away from the words rebalance and local balance and remote balance, because there are too many balances in here and kind of gets confusing. And local balance and remote balance are really confusing terms too. I think as a user, all you care is how many sats do I have in this channel? And then and then the channel size. Like then there does need to be this local and remote thing, which are I found that confusing terminology also in the terms of local node and remote node when setting up wallets. So I was just trying to get rid of all kinds of terminology here. So I understand, okay, I have 42,543 sats in this channel, and it's going to adjust when I have less than 20,000. The adjustment target is 50,000, and it's going to also adjust when I have more than 80,000 in here. And that ties into what I just read up here. You typically want this to happen when you have a very high or very low amount. And then I can drag these lines in this text here, left and right. I can drag the adjustment target. Maybe the adjustment target can be 2 lines or so, where it tries to go to a certain area, not sure, but 1 line would be nicer. So I just drag these left and right, and the text automatically updates. Then how is it going to adjust? Either by moving sats. So this moves sats. If I have a large amount here, it's going to move sats from this channel into another one of mine. And if a very low amount, it's going to move sats from another one of my channels into this one. Then fee incentive, it's just going to raise or lower the fee to kind of push other people to balance this thing for me, or to bring it back into a balance. And then there's a quick one-liner here, how it works, and then benefits and disadvantages. Immediate, that costs a small fee, or slower, not guaranteed to work, but free. Then I was thinking there's an Eli 5 in here too. So for someone who just wants to read this as a single sentence, it says, when you have less than 20,000 sats, a transaction will be automatically made to move some of your sats from another one of your channels into this one. So that is just kind of a brief text summary. I don't think it's difficult to do, but it might be just a thing that puts this logic into simple terms. And then activity down here, where it says previous transaction adjustments that were made 3 days ago. So much was paid in fees to adjust my sats here from this to that amount. And then be cool if there is an estimated next adjustment where it can kind of predict what's going to happen. And so I'm sure tons of details here are incorrect and have to be changed or whatever. But this is kind of the simplicity of the feel that I would really love to see. And whether this is useful or not, I don't know. But I thought I'd just share here what's kind of floating around in my head. So hopefully it's useful. Thanks.